Imagination. This is imagination here. Here, imagination.
Yeah, shit.
The way he's been training, and he's been training right along with Muth, and they've been training together. So hopefully, he gets a trip and see what happens.
Imagination do today, and what were your impressions of what you saw?
He looked good. He just backed up, went easy mile and 3/8 or whatever, and but he looked happy going over and happy coming back. So he looks fine. I really don't have any, excuses for him. He should run well.
You said that he's a horse you think is going to get better as he gets older.
Yes, I keep telling myself that, and I hope it happens.
Any instructions for Frankie?
Frankie? Franklin?
Franklin?
Franklin he knows the horse pretty well. So, he's the kind of guy that he's ridden so many great races, and he's ridden the horse. He knows the horse. He's not a kind of guy you have to tell him a lot of instructions. He just basically, he'll ask me, is the horse doing well? And I say, yes, that's all I need to know. That's Frank.
Do you think that the trip that Muth had to get here at all contributed to his illness?
No, you know what? I think he maybe had a bug brewing, and maybe just the long hours, or I've been so lucky in the last 30 years. I've never had one of my horses that run the big race get sick. I'm always worried about that. I've seen hurt other people. The horses get sick and they have to scratch them, and this is the first one like almost in 30 years. So finally they was going to catch up, but it's too bad it was Muth. I feel bad for Amr Zidane. I'm real for Juan Hernandez. He was looking forward to coming here and riding his horse, and being on the favorite and all, and the excitement of it all. So it's disappointing, but when it happens, you just gotta. This game can be tough, but the horse is going to be fine. So that's amazing.
About where imagination stacks up with, say, your other 8 Preakness winners, I should say.
Well, he's going to have to step it up. He's got to step it up a level to be there with him. His races they've been good, but he needs to separate himself. And so he hasn't done it in his last races. He's been just hanging in there with him. He's a horse that I think that off his last work, I was very encouraged at the way he's starting to realize, it's okay to
win,
to go ahead and take off. Don't just hang. He likes to hang with him. He doesn't hang. He just gets with the horse and just stays with him. So it's going to be interesting. So I think this race is going to be, I'm hoping this will be his coming out party race. We need him. Now that with Muth out, we really, really need him badly.
Does it change anything tactically for him with Muth being out, and maybe the rest of the horses?
Well,
too?
he needs a target. He's a kind of horse. I don't know if he'd get out there by himself, what he would do, how he would react. He's a horse that's always looking around, green still. But I'm just going to leave that up to Frankie's going to be on his own, so I'm not going to tell him anything.
After Kenny's Derby win, he became one of 5 living trainers to have won all 3 Triple Crown races. It's your part as well. What similarities do you think the 5 in that group, you, Wayne, Kenny, Zito, and Tag, what do you have in common?
We've been at it a long time. That's what we have in common. And if you keep at it, eventually good things might happen. But Kenny's always been tough. He's always had nice horses, and he's a really good trainer. And what he accomplished, winning the Oaks and the Derby, that was pretty impressive. But Kenny's always tough. He's always been one of the guys to beat forever, and we've been around, and had really, from Take Charge Lady and from all these, he had Harlan's Holiday. He's had a lot of good horses and stuff, and he's not afraid to run his horses. He'll run his horses, and that's what you need in these races. And so I think he was very deserving. I was happy for him. And he's been in a long time. There's just a handful of us left that's been going for the last 30 years. So there's a new, young, trainers coming in, and they're tough. So it was good for Kenny to get that Derby.
Do you remember how you felt when you completed your personal Triple Crown?
My Triple Crown?
Yeah.
You know what? It was a different feeling than winning the Derby. It's more about the horse. The horse. Historically, it's about the horse when you win the Triple Crown. Like that horse is going to be like every time I come, I see all these signs back here of all these Triple Crown winners, and I come in here and I get beat in the Triple Crown, and I look at these horses. God, these horses! What did they have that my other ones didn't have? And I finally realized American Pharoah and Justify, they were just superior horses. So.
Kenny said he was really thankful that you called him after he won the Derby. What was that conversation like? And does that happen? Do you make that phone call every year?
You know what? I was in awe of what he did. What he accomplished. That was pretty impressive. And so I was gonna text him. I'm not gonna. I got to call him. It's impressive what he did. To win that filly. She ran incredibly well, and then to win it with Mystic Dan and the way he had him ready for it, and the ride, and everything's got to go perfect, to win the Derby. And so that was and it was an exciting Derby to watch, so it was pretty exciting.
Not to get too far ahead, but any thoughts on the Belmont being at Saratoga?
No, I'm just hoping my other horses don't get sick. I called Frankie yesterday. He says, "Hey, pressure's on. You only have one horse." He says, "Keep that horse away from my horse."
Is that an immediate worry when you have
yes,
one horse?
Yeah, they get sick. You don't want the other ones to get sick. So we until you put the saddle on, I never relax. Never know what goes. Everything, so many things go wrong. So.